New school, give me Tyler Chronicles. I need you there. Okay, on the roof.
You're the only person on this show with a beard full of eyelashes.
Mimi told me that on your shirt stand for this steal.
Hey, Tyler, fix your pants. Your camel toe's showing.
Karlos remind me of a trap Build-A-Bear. Mommy, I want the one with the cigarette-looking ass.
Boy, you're not about to stand on this show and act like you're not standing there twerking. I don't know what the hell.
You, hey!
There we go, He gonna call 2 people up from each team. They gonna go head to head, and they gotta get to roasting. If that roast is whack, tell them what you do.
Ow!
All right, man, the show is yours. Let's wild out. Clap it up, y'all.
All right, okay. Give me Justina.
Hey.
Give me Karlous Miller. On the roof.
Karlos, you look like the uncle at the cookout that kill it on the grill, but no one wants the little kids around.
Girl, if you don't get your goddamn truck stop hooker-looking ass up out of there.
Karlos, you look like the manager at Jiffy Lube. Not the transmission, it's the alternator.
Girl, if you don't get your goddamn adult Wendy's-looking ass up out of here.
Karlos, if you don't get yo, I think I'm the man, but I live in Chico Bean's shadow up us out of here.
If you don't get your goddamn, I'm a white woman, but I wear more weave than B. Simone-looking ass up out of here.
Karlos, if you don't get yo, I'm gonna be the first one to have a WildNOut pension up ass out of here.
Justin, if you don't get your goddamn, I've been smoking cigarettes since 11th grade looking ass up out of here.
Give me Nicholas. Give me Karlos. On the roof.
If you don't get your booty hair about the face-looking ass all up out here, son, bitch.
Whoa. It's a little shaky. It's a little shaky, boss.
Boy, if you don't get your goddamn, I quit a good job to work at this bull job looking ass over here.
Boy, if you don't get your goddamn Nick, can a get a couple more episodes till I get some more weed?
Really? If you don't get your, I want to be a good father, so I'll be going on dates with Mariah and her new dude.
You. Give me DC Young Fly. I know this is your brother, but I gotta do it. Let's take a ride down 85 South. Give me Karlos Miller. DC, you ready?
Ready?
Karlos, you ready? I said, Karlos, you ready?
Go ahead, bro. Run it.
What I wrote?
I bet you won't say bring that ass here to Jason Lee.
Boy, if you don't get your goddamn about to get ready to play in the church basketball league.
Boy, if you don't get your goddamn, I look like a black and mild when you put it out and try to light it again looking ass.
Boy, if you don't get your goddamn on 65 next week, your ass gonna have the shakiest.
Boy, if you don't get your goddamn dressed like a half bag of weed looking ass up out of here.
Boy, if you don't get your goddamn 4 days ago, I fell asleep at the light because I ain't got enough sleep.
Boy, if you don't get your goddamn DC, you got something right here looking ass up out of here.
Boy, if you don't get your goddamn, boy, that ass was fat in the grocery store looking at.
Give me Hitman Holla.
Go get him, Holland. Ball game.
On the roof.
Boy, I don't know why you bought them new teeth and kept the same gum, stupid mouth having ass, boy.
Boy, Karlos dressed like that uncle that just got out of jail. Nephew, let me get a jersey, man. Let me get a jersey.
Boy, if you don't get them little bitty ass chains, if you laugh, you gonna choke stupid ass nipples having ass.
Boy, if you don't don't get you, I'm still mad because I got fired on my day off looking ass, boy.
You don't get your goddamn dress for a baby shower, but in case it's snow looking ass.
Let's get it popping here. Let's keep it going. Let's keep that energy going. Give me Sharon. Right back, Sharon. Give me Karlous Miller. WildNOut room.
Boy, if you don't get your goddamn stay out of my room, boy. Looking ass up out of here.
If you don't get your goddamn, I got fired from WildNOut and had to go on the Breakfast Club to beg for my job ass back
Boy, if you don't get your goddamn stupid shoes, no moves, extra tight, extra white looking ass the up out of here.
If you don't get your goddamn, I look so much like a junkie, my blood type is heroin ass out of here.
Boy, if you don't get your goddamn, I'm on the poster for goddamn herpes looking ass up out of here.
Hey, wait, give me a high five for that herpes joke. I thought that was...
Hell no, look at them. White people looking for something else to steal from the black man. Get your goddamn ass up out of here. Hey!
No school.
All right.
Give me Bobby J. You here. Bobby, I need you here. Karlos, you ready?
I'm ready.
Bobby J, you ready?
I'm ready.
WildNOut room.
Ladies, this is what happened when you only take half of the Plan B pill.
Hey, don't Karlos look like that uncle that be trying to your girl? Hey, nephew, that's you? That you, huh? That you, nephew? I like that nephew.
Boy, if you don't get your baby body, grown man feet, look like you ain't going nowhere fast. Ninja Turtle face ass little boy.
One shaky, one shaky.
Hey, Karlos look like he should be on the front of the Black and Mild box like this.
No one other better than DC Young Fly. I need you here.
Let's go, Fly. Let's get him, Fly.
Karlos, you ready?
I'm ready.
DC, you ready?
Ready.
WildNOut room.
Go.
DC, if you don't get your goddamn Jess hilarious when she take her makeup looking ass up out of here.
Boy, your ass old as hell, boy, your ass baby, oatmeal and applesauce. Ugly ass,
Boy, if you don't get your goddamn ever thought of switching to Geico looking ass up out of here.
boy, your ass look like everybody begging their uncle.
Boy, if you don't get your goddamn, them the same braids Nick threw away 3 seasons ago looking ass up out of here, boy.
Boy, you know what you look like? My left nut, ugly ass, boy.
Boy, if you don't get your goddamn tight pants that came with a part wearing ass.
Boy, I know you ain't talking about nobody, but your voice sound like Justina's.
Boy, if you don't get your goddamn little bit of hair, no beard having ass on the face,
Boy,
boy.
your ass look like that get mad when saying he ain't got no black and mild. What you mean you ain't got no black and mild?
Boy, you don't get your goddamn, you look like the black and mild when you put it out trying to like that bitch again looking ass up out of here.
Well, if you don't get your goddamn, I ain't gonna buy a car if it ain't goddamn less than an 86, ugly ass.
Boy, if you don't get your goddamn baby braids, look like stitches on your head ass up out of here.
Boy, if you don't get your goddamn, I wasn't playing these cars too new.
Keep going. Keep going.
This is the first time in history. Both of you guys are just doing incredibly too good. So we're just gonna get you two the both up out of here. You both won. Back to your spot, please. We don't go all day.
It's a draw.
Maddie, I need you here. I want you here. That's why I want you. Old school, give me Karlos Miller. I need you here.
We cannot be beat. This man created this game. This is what he do.
Man,
This ought to be good, okay?
it's gonna get me canceled.
WildNOut room.
Karlos keeps telling people we didn't hook up. I'm like, why do you think my dad cut me off?
Maddie, you got as much sex appeal as a handful of lotion. And I know you got a vibrator with a can opener on it.
All right, I know Karlos doesn't wash his beard because it still smells like me from last night. Oh, let me say this. they sure as hell eat. Let's go!
I love it. The GOAT! The GOAT! Love!
Give me Big Mac. I need you here, Big Mac. I want you there.
Hit him!
On the roof.
Boy, if you don't get your goddamn, I got a sandwich in my boot looking ass out of here.
It's funny, every time Los do that, you can see his arthritis acting up.
If you don't get your speaking of arthritis, let's talk about diabetes. Big Mac, if you don't get your goddamn, I got thrown out the hotel for eating 3 pillows looking ass up out of here.
Every time you order wings, you're like, let me get half lemon pepper, half black and mild.
Every time you order wings, you be like, give me all them bitches.
Karlos look like he and then give you oil changes afterwards.
Oh, wait.
Look at it, and then I clean it up.
Hey! One milkshakey.
Bro, you got a breast reduction since last season, didn't you?
Karlos, you look like Splinter if he smoked menthols.
2 milkshakers, you.
God damn. Karlous Miller in this bitch. That's how we do old school.